Hello, my name is Michael Redding. This is an analysis of The Great Wave off Kanagawa and Fine Wind, Clear Morning by Katsushika Hosokai. Here we have my thesis statement. Katsushika Hosokai's Great Wave off Kanagawa and Fine Wind, Clear Morning incorporated different stylistic elements that also functioned as stepping stones for Western Impressionism that derived from his printing techniques, compositions, and colors. The combination of abstract color and style is what will be primarily analyzed, as well as the context and perspective each piece carries and was developed with. Here are some background information on Katsushika Hosokai. He was a Japanese artist, painter, and printmaker from the Edo period. He was born in modern-day Tokyo and is best known for his woodblock series, 36 Views of Mount Fuji, including the Great Print, The Great Wave off Kanagawa, created during the 1820s. He created the series as a response to an increase in domestic travel and as a part of his personal obsession with Mount Fuji. His works prior to this were quite important, but it was not until this series that he gained widespread recognition that cemented his impact in worldwide art. His Great Wave print originally received and still receives praise and admiration in the Western world. Hokusai's Fine Wind, Clear Morning, and Great Wave were created during the Ukiyo period. Ukiyo is a genre of Japanese art that became prevalent during the 17th and 19th centuries. Ukiyo artists created woodblock prints and paintings of subjects such as beautiful women, kabuki actors, sumo wrestlers, and various other folktale scenes and landscapes. In the city of Edo in 1603, the merchant classes at the bottom of the class of society gained benefits from the city's rapid economic growth, so they began to poke fun at and patronize the entertainment of kabuki theater and other districts of pleasure, leading to the term ukiyo that came to describe this self-serving lifestyle. These paintings or prints were popular with the merchant class due to their growth and wealth that allowed them to afford to decorate their home with them. Here's the Great Wave off Kanagawa. The depiction takes place in the shadow of Mount Fuji during an ongoing storm off the coast of the town of Kanagawa in Sagami Bay. The composition of the piece consists of three primary elements: the storm-distressed sea, the fishing boats in the sea, and Mount Fuji in the background. The base of the snow-capped Mount Fuji is depicted as having darker hue, which suggests that the scene occurred in the fairly early morning, while the top of the mountain appears to be illuminated by the sun, suggesting that the sun is rising behind the viewer. Additionally, there are clustering storm clouds in the sky between the wave and Mount Fuji, but no rain is depicted in the foreground or background. There are no actual clouds surrounding the mountain. The depiction of Mount Fuji is very significant to Japan, as the mountain is a national symbol of sanctity and natural wonder, as well as being a landmark of national identity. Mount Fuji's iconic appearance is also prevalent in other depictions by Hosokai, most notably his 36 Views of Mount Fuji, a series of prints that illustrate the mountain in varying weather conditions from different perspectives. The three fishing boats are transporting live fish when the events of the Great Wave take place. This is Fine Wind, Clear Morning. In this depiction, the perspective shows the towering size of the mountain over a valley of ant-sized trees. The color of the mountain is unusually red due to the rising sun shining through the clear skies from the blowing wind. The amount of meteorological detail in this print is by far the most significant out of all of his works from his 36 Views of Mount Fuji series. The coloring of the mountain and the sky are some of the most crucial elements of the print. While observed in-depthly, the viewer will note how the depth of the sky is divided into three different scaling hues of blue that are mirrored by the three different red hues of the mountain. The darkest hue of blue is located at the highest point in the sky, which parallels the mountain and becomes lighter closer to the bottom of the print. The overlapping shadow of the mountain covering the forest is due to the precise time of day and clearness of the sky, as evident from the remaining slivers of snow on the mountain. The setting of the print takes place in autumn, hence the mountain's overwhelming shadow and oversaturated red hue. The asymmetrical contrast of the piece is created by Mount Fuji's smoothly symmetrical figure and the flaking clouds to the left of it. Unlike Hosukai's other works, there is no specified viewpoint location for this illustration, so where the real-life depiction was captured is still unknown. The most important aspects of the print are the colors and their individual contrasting nature with each other. The primary colors used in the print are blue, red, green, and white, all very natural and earthy colors that somehow contrast due to the abstract representation of the setting. Observing the principles of design of the Great Wave, it is evident that Hosokai uses proportion to create the dimension of size for the largest wave by the positioning of each wave relative to the boat in the center. The principle of rhythm is also utilized through the direction of the striations on the water to add emphasis of the creation as well as the impact of the largest wave. The size of the wave is intended to make the viewer experience a feeling of fear, as the wave is set in motion to crash down on the helpless boat. Additionally, the white tips at the top of each crashing wave adds emphasis to the feeling of doom, implied by the shape and angle of the wave in regard to the boat. The principle of pattern is demonstrated by the rippling of waves in the form of varying sharp and curved lines that represent the parting of the water. In addition to the Great Wave off Kanagawa and Fine Wind Clear Morning being two of the most recognizable and reproduced pieces of art in the world, their Western influence on abstract impressionism is just as great. After the Meiji Restoration in 1868, Japan became more open to trading with the West after a long period of isolation. As a result, the West was now able to view Japanese art with more access, leading to its Western popularity. This created a classification for an artistic movement called Japanesism, which stemmed from Japanese woodblock prints, becoming a great source of inspiration for Impressionist artists. Hosokai was now seen in the world as an iconic artist that introduced the woodblock print. His work drew attention from the legendary Dutch Impressionist artist Vincent van Gogh, who had great admiration for Hosukai's work, praising his incorporation of line in the Great Wave of Kanagawa. It was Hosukai's abstract representation in each piece, as well as his stylistic details, that pushed his work to be landmark icons for abstract impressionism in the West, as well as eternal symbols of identity for Japan. Here's my bibliography. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.